Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and welcome to Cartinese. Now, a bit of a warning before before we get into this module. Um, I am not going to try to pronounce anything here, and I'm going to let the module do the work because this module is a bit of an experience. Um, let's get right into this. So, this module contains 4 directional color play buttons and a cycling character display in the center. So we're going to be pressing a play button. Pressing a play button plays a lyric from rapper Playboy Carti's verse in the song "Earthquake." Each play button also moves a space in the grid of Playboy Carti tweets pictured on the next page. To solve the module, navigate to the tweet, which is cycling on the display, and press the display itself. Now, we're going to be using a series of different rules, but first things first, we actually need to get the read here, which is going to be based off of these 4 individual buttons, which is going to play a series of different sounds. And this is going to be lyrics from the Earthquake song. Okay, God help me. But first things first, let's determine our ending location. So, one important thing to note is that the display only shows letters in their capital form, but all these are really easy to see what the difference is from each other. So we have X, N, N, O, S, L, E. Yeah, X, no sleep, X. There we go. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. But this is going to be our ending location. So let's determine the lyrics that we're going to be looking at here, and let's follow the rules afterwards. And it's very important that you actually get all of these before you actually get into determining what the rules are, because some of them have to do with, for example, the lyric is only present in one stanza. Now, the way that this works is, for those of you who are not familiar with stanzas, each of these four little bars here essentially represent a stanza. These 4 little lyrics right here. That's what these groups are, and what this means is that if we're going to have 4 different lyrics and there's only 3 different stanzas, there's going to be guaranteed to be at least 2 that are not going to have that are not going to be in exactly one stanza. So that's going to be very important. So let's take a look and let's see what we need to do with this module. So let's start from the top. Let's get, for example, up equals, left equals, right equals, and down equals, for example. So let's hit up. Okay, this is going to be, where is it? I believe it's this one, so dim. Now you understand why this module is going to be a bit difficult for me to explain, and I'm going to not try to sound it out, because this is just, it is a module. Where's that one? It's going to be that one. I'm going to write that as dong for right now. And right. I witty. And then finally, same thing. There is the possibility of there being duplicates, so that's very important to note down. And now, let's make sure that we keep track of what we pressed, because this is going to affect our initial position in the beginning of the module here. So let's keep track and just say that we pressed everything once. So up, left, right, down. So let's take a look and let's see what we need to do with this module. So I've currently marked which one each of these buttons represents, and now what we need to do is we need to calculate points for each of these guys. We need to calculate the +1, +2, and +3 for this, and we need to calculate a score for each of these positions. So let's take a look. So for our first one, we're going to take a look at up. Now, the button is red. In this case, that is true, so we're going to add 1 to this. The button is on the bottom. It is not in this case. This is referring to the top, so we are not going to be taking a look at that one. The lyric is in an even position. If we take a look down here, this was dimmy, so this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is indeed in an even position, so we're going to be adding 1 to this. And the lyric has 10 or more letters. Let's take a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and at this point you can already tell that's over 10. So this is going to be a +1. Now the button is not yellow, the button is not in the left position, the lyric we just determined was in an even position, so it's not true. The line has an even amount of vowels. Let's take a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it does have an even amount of vowels, so this is going to be true. So we're going to add 2 to this, so you're going to say 5. The button is green. Nope. The button is on the right. Nope. The lyric is the only one present in its stanza. And in this case, that's actually going to be not true for any of these. Because if we take a look here, we have 2 present in the stanza, and then we have, I believe the duplicates don't count. do count over each other because it's not the only one that's present in a stanza due to the fact that there are two of the exact same. I hope that that's right. And then the line ends in a consonant. In this case, it ends with a W for this first one, so this is going to be true. So it's going to be +3 for this one, and we're going to do the exact same process for each of these guys here. And let's go through this a little bit faster. So let's clear the page here, but remember that we're going to be taking a look at no sleep X. I'll just remind myself, no sleep. That's all we need to know. So we're going to be taking a look now at the Dong of Amogana. God help me. Okay. The button is blue on the left. It's on the left. We don't have any blue colors. These first few rules are going to be nice and easy to go through, so we can just get through those. The lyric is in an even position. I forgot to do this. These three. This is true. It's in the second position, so it's going to be even. It's not the odd position. The lyric is not the only present in a stanza. It's not true. Does it end in a consonant? It does end in a consonant. It ends with a November. So that's going to be true for this one. Lyric has more than 10 letters. Just from eyeballing it, considering that Jimmy had more than 10, this is more than 10. So that's going to be true. The line has an even number of vowels. Let's take a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this case, that is true. And now let's just total up our score with all of these ones here. So we've got 2 from this one. We've got 4 from you, so that's going to be 6. And then we have another 3 from this one, so that's going to be a 9. Okay. Now let's take a look at these last two here. And both of these are going to be the exact same for these last few ones here. So let's take a look. First off, is it in an even position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is not in an even position. It is in an odd position. So the lyric has 10 or more letters. Let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has exactly 10. It includes 10 or more, so this is indeed going to be true. The line has an even number of vowels. Let's take a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It does indeed. Yep. And the line ends in a consonant. It does not. So this is going to be a base score for each of these guys right here. This is going to be a base score starting for these guys. We're going to change the values up a little bit based off of their colors, though. So let's take a look. We've got 1, and then 4. That's going to be 5 for both of them. Now let's take a look at each individual button. So the button is on the right, and it is yellow for this one. That's all we care about, so it's going to be adding 5 to this for the right one. It's going to be a 10. Now for the bottom, it's going to be on the bottom, and it is green. That's going to be adding 4, which is going to be a 9. Okay, and now we've determined the value for each of these guys present in the stanza. So, present for each of these buttons, essentially. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these values, we're going to take the location of the blue button, in this case being on the left, and use that position on the left to assign the directions to each button. So in this case, the blue button is on the left, and now what we're going to do is we're going to essentially take a look at the columns of the button scores modulo 4. So, 8 mod 4 is going to end up being 0, this is going to be a 1, this is going to be a 2, and this is going to be a 1. So now, as you can see, one of the things that's going to stick out immediately is the fact that we are going to get duplicate directions. That is going to happen. There's obviously the possibility that that is going to happen. And by the way, if I didn't make this clear, Yankee is not considered a vowel ever. So, just be clear with that. So we've got 0 represents up. Then we have 1 represents right. That's going to be right for both of these. And 2 represents down, which is going to be right there. So in this case, we went up, right, right, down. Up, right, down, right. It doesn't matter which way that we went. So let's take a look. So now, where exactly are we starting in this position? So we're going to add the sum of the digits in the serial number to the number of consonants present across all lyrics, then modulo 25 if necessary. And the starting position in this grid is in reading order, starting from 0, and a strike resets the position back to the starting position. While moving, the grid wraps around on all sides. So this is to prevent, in this case, not having a direction to be able to get to your point. So let's take a look. We have no sleep is going to be our ending location, but now what we need to do is we need to do a little bit of work here. So we need to add up all the digits in the serial number, which in this case is going to be 6 plus 5, which is going to be an 11. We'll start with you. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at all the consonants present across all the lyrics if necessary. So let's take a look. And then modulo 25. So let's take a look and see what we need to do. So there's going to be a lot here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the first one, so 7. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 for the next one. And then these two are going to be both the exact same. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be 6 and 7. Okay, now we're going to add all of these numbers up together. So let's do calculator, and you need a calculator. Let's add up 11 plus 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6. We're going to modulo this by 25. This is going to give us the position of 13. Now, remember, we're counting from the top left being 0. So this is going to end up being 5. This is going to be 10. This is going to be 11, 12, and 13. Now, remember, since this was our starting position, we're going to have to edit what we just pressed beforehand, because we're going to be going up, right, and down. So in this case, we're going to go up, right, and then down. So in this case, we're actually at this position. So all we simply need to do is we simply need to go up, right, and right. So all we simply need to do is we need to press up, which in this case, up goes up. Then we need to go right, and then right, which can be we can either press left or down. So let's press left. Then let's hit the submit. And just like that is a solved module. Okay, so that does answer my question that indeed, if the lyric, if there is a duplicate lyric, it does not count as the only one present in its stanza. Very important to note that. Okay, now let's take a look at one final example. And one of the important things is that you can actually, if you need to essentially hear the lyric again, you can obviously, if you need to do it, you can actually just do it 5 times, because it will essentially, how do I describe it? It will loop around to the beginning position again, if you want to do that. If you want to just keep it at the original position, you obviously can do that, but it just feels a little bit easier to apply the transformations. But obviously, you are able to hear the lyrics again if you just simply press the button, so you can obviously do that, because some people are going to struggle with this mod. So let's take a look at one final example, and hopefully I do get this. That would be nice. And let's take a look. Okay. Up equals, left equals, right equals, and down equals. Now let's not even worry about the display at all. I want to get the lyrics going, so let's hit up. Let me hear that again. Let me make sure that I press up. Let's hear it. I believe it's this one. Ayo from Allah. Ayo. Okay. Then we'll do left. Damn that tin. Damn that tin. I believe it's this one down at the bottom. Then let's hit right. That's gonna be dong again. And I believe it's Ayo once again. Okay. So we got Ayo, dong, and Dida. Okay. We press then left, right, down. Okay. And now let's get right into this module. So, let's start off by just getting rid of these guys here. I like to get rid of the top, the colors, and the button positions just easily. So button red, it's on the top. Nobody cares about the top, so it's just going to be 1 for up right now. Left is going to be blue. No one cares about blue as a color, but it is on the position on the left, so it's going to be 2. Yellow and right is going to be +2, +3. That's going to be 5. And then what we have here is at the bottom, green. It's going to be a 4. This is feeling awfully deja vu-like. This is feeling like the exact same example. Anyways, let's take a look and let's see what we have to do with these guys. So first things first, let's take a look at the even positions of the lyrics, in even or odd positions. Let's take a look. Dong is going to be in an even position, which is going to be 1, so adding 1 to you. So dong is going to be 6. The lyric is in an odd position for the Ayos, so that's going to be +2 for both of them. So it's going to do 3 and a 6. And then also we said that the Dedia is in an even position as well, because we got 4, 8, and then 12. So this is going to be +1. Okay. Now the lyric is the only one present in stanza. This only applies for the dead one down at the bottom. So this is going to be a +3 for the dead. So this is going to be a 6 right there. And then finally, let's take a look and see if the lyric has more than 10 or more letters, the lyric has an even number of vowels, and the line that ends in consonant. Let's actually just take a look at the line that ends in a consonant, just to get done real quick. Yes, no, no, yes. So it's only the dong and the dedia where that applies. So that's going to be +3 for both of them. So 9 and 9. And now let's take a look at the two AOs, as well as the other rules here. So the lyric has more than 10 letters. We determined that dong last time did indeed have more than 10 letters, so that's going to be +1 for you. Yeah, +1. So it's going to be a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. AO only has 9, so that's not going to be applied for them. And we can already kind of eyeball that Dadia has definitely more than 10 letters. So that's definitely going to be plus you. That's going to be 10. Okay. The line has an even number of vowels. Let's take a look at all of these guys. So let's check off AO first. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is indeed true, so we're going to be adding 2 to both of them. So it's going to be 5 and 8. And let's check the other two examples. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Indeed it does, so that's going to be +2 to dong. And let's take a look at the dead. So it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be another +2. And these guys are going to be the exact same. So now we've gone through all the rules. Let's take a location of the blue button, which in this case happens to be left once again. Let's modulo for all of these guys. This is going to be 1, this is going to be a 0, and a 0 once again. So we're going to have 3 of the exact same direction, which is up. Okay. Fantastic. And then we're going to be going, 1 is going to be a right. Okay. So in this case, we're going to replace all of this stuff by saying we're going to go right, right, up from our starting position. So let's take a look and let's see what happens here. So to calculate the starting position, add some of the digits in the serial number, which in this case, let's take a look. That's going to be 5 plus 2 is going to be 7. And then let's take a look at all the consonants present. And then we'll focus on the actual submission. So we've got consonants, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes sense. Remember it being 7. Then AO is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 5 twice because we had 2 of those exact same lyrics. Then we're going to do dead, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now let's add all these guys together. So 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 5 plus 8 is going to be modulo 25, which is going to be a total of 7. Okay, so let's see what our ending location is first. So we have, hold on. Now, one thing that's very important actually about this is that the display only shows the letters in the capital form, and it's not going to really, show the spaces in between. It's actually going to be a little bit weird, but it's fairly easy to tell which one you're looking at. So we've got HA exclamation mark. Let's just actually search up exclamation mark. This looks like ha, amazing. So this is actually going to be perfect. Okay. Now let's find the 7th position in reading order here, which remember we're going to be starting at the top left being 0. So we're going to be taking a look at 5, 6, 7. Now unfortunately it is right above, so we're going to do, but from this position we're going to be going right, right, then up, up, up. So we're currently at this position right now. So let's do right, 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 up, up, up. So let's do, which one is right? So that's going to be up. So, up. Currently at this position right now. And now let's do any of the other 3 buttons. So let's do down that 10, down that 10, down that 10. And just like that is a solved module. As always, thank you guys for watching and for going on this lovely adventure with me into the wonders of mumble rap. As always, thank you guys for watching. Stay crazy, stay cool, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.